Whenever, whenever there is a disaster, whether man-made or natural one, there should be recovery. Usually the recovery starts with the first stage, immediate recovery, let's say. And here, when you talk about, for example, earthquakes, when you talk about floods, when you talk about displacement, first there is temporary sheltering. In some countries they use stadiums maybe, big holes, dig holes maybe for sheltering people. It happened in Syria. There are temporary shelters. Usually people can stay for 1 month. And in this stage, the early stage, you can see, or they call it short-term stage, you can see food supplies, food aids, and this is natural. After that, there should be like the second stage where now it's not that temporary. Maybe you go to shelters and you are expected maybe to stay for a few months. Uh, I heard some experts saying 6 months usually. This is expected to stay in camps. And here there is more support. Let's say we talk about livelihoods projects and such things. It should not be restricted to food aids. And after that, there should be a third stage. Here we should not talk about sheltering anymore. We should talk about housing. We should talk about sustainable economy somehow. Even you start thinking about the relationship, especially when you talk about conflicts between like the state and the people, such things, so that you build back better your country. Don't only build back your country, you should build it back better to avoid the need for recovery again, let's say. So here there is something called DRR, which is disaster risk reduction. Here in this stage, you should think how the future, how to avoid future conflicts, how to avoid the problems if you have earthquake, how to avoid destruction, the same with floods, whatever. Unfortunately, it seems we didn't reach that stage in Syria. We are stuck maybe in the second stage, the stage that should take 6 months, maybe now 9 years or even more. Some people have been staying in camps for 9 years, and no light for the future. What should we do? There are principles, nice principles. We talk about equality, equity, in fact, not equality, which is wiser than equality. Equity, some principles in recovery we can talk about, like empowerment, that's happening, but we are stuck in the second stage. We can talk about gender equality to some extent. We can talk about impartiality, and this is very important. And there is the concept of no harm, do no harm. Somehow this is it's also an Islamic concept that you should, while you are trying to help someone, you should not cause any harm. This is when I say Islamic principle that avoiding disadvantages is preferable to gaining advantages or getting advantages. المفاسد مقدمة على جلب المصالح. This is how we state the concept in Islam. I'm not sure how much this is respected in the recovery process anyway, but there is a question now. Like after 9 years, couldn't we develop an Islamic perspective for recovery that can help us to like plan for a future, what to do in such cases? What is the Islamic concept for recovery? I think this is a big question, along with the other questions about what about DRR? Are we working on that, disaster risk reduction? Maybe there are some projects working like this. Maybe there are some projects that need some modification to achieve that. I guess we should reflect on this.